G'day, welcome back to DC Extra. My name is Chris, and today we got treated with a brand new trailer for Supergirl, so let's dive straight into it.
Hey, I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back. You know, I'm just worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off-world all the time, Kara. I'm worried you're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Clark. I have no people. Home is wherever you are, buddy.
The trailer opens on a voiceover from David Corenswet's Superman from the 2025 film. He asks Kara, played by Millie Alcock, when she is coming back to Earth, worried that she won't find her place on Earth as he has, with his parents and Lois, along with the rest of the crew from the Daily Planet. She iterates that she has no people, drawing attention to the fact that her own family died, which of course Superman's biological parents also died, but the difference here is that Kara was 14 when this happened, old enough to remember it and feel their loss, as opposed to the baby Kal-El, who grew up with his adopted parents on Earth. Kara plays space fetch with Krypto, which reminds me of a scene from Invincible, where Mark and his father throw a ball across the entire world, waiting for it to come back around and then catch it. While this may have served as a visual inspiration for the scene, it will undoubtedly play out differently, as in space the ball will not come back around and requires Krypto to go and get it, which of course is the entire purpose of fetch. An interesting part here that I want to draw attention to as well is that Kara appears to be able to breathe in space, which, depending on the comic book story you read, is not something that Kryptonians can do, often depicted holding their breath or using a breathing device to help them survive in this airless environment. After a few quick shots that we already saw in the last trailer, we see the moment that Kara leaves Argo, her father sending her off in a pod that undoubtedly would have been very similar to the one his brother Jor-El sent Kal-El off in. Since we didn't see this moment in the 2025 film, this marks the first time we see a moment like this in the DCU, included in this film to draw a clear distinction between Kara and her cousin, and their memories of this traumatic event in their life. Additionally, Kara's father Zor-El is alone when sending his daughter off, as his wife and Kara's mother, Allura Inzi, died due to kryptonite poisoning previously. As explored in the comic book series this movie is inspired by, that being Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Further forming this point, we later see a funeral procession in which Kara and Zor-El take part, making sense for it to be for Allura. Kara's parents in this movie are played by David Krumholtz and Emily Beckham. Kara tells Krypto that her home is wherever he is, drawing attention to their connection being the last survivors of Argo. Additionally, their meeting was during Allura's funeral as well, giving them an even further sense of connection, at least on Kara's front. Krypto, I'm sure, just enjoys some good belly rubs, as with any other dog.
Krypto and I at least had each other. Honestly, I thought we were lucky. But luck, almost by definition, runs out. What can I do?
The Brickens carry the antidote on that person.
We see a few shots of them together before coming to a scene where Krem of the Yellow Hills steals Kara's ship. Krypto, who tries to attack him, gets hit with a poison in the process, serving as Kara's apparent inspiration for joining her new accomplice Ruthie on her quest to find and kill Krem. In this movie, Matthias Skornetz plays Krem, the main antagonist of the film, and Eve Ridley portrays Ruthie, Kara's companion throughout the course of the movie. The reason I say apparent inspiration as well is because we learn in the final issue of the comic series, and this is a major spoiler, so click away if you don't want to know this, but Krypto was actually fine through the story. Kara only pretended that she had to accompany Ruthie to save him, when in truth, she wanted to help teach her that vengeance is not the right path for her to take.
He has 3 days.
You cannot give up on me.
crime of the Yellow Hills. Who murdered my innocent family.
Just do what I say. And don't die. This does not look like this is gonna end well. For you guys.
Stop. You're hurting my head.
Kara pulls out what I can only assume is a Kryptonian version of a pocket watch with a picture of Krypto placed in it, reminding me of Steve Rogers' watch in Captain America the First Avenger, mainly because I watched this movie last night. But point being here is that Krypto is someone who Kara holds very dear to her. She sets a timer for 3 days, being the time in which Krypto will supposedly die from the poisoning, giving us a timeline in which the film will take place. Ruthie explains her motivation for wanting to find and kill Krem, that being he murdered her entire family, which is a departure from the comic, where he only killed her father, which of course is horrific enough, but makes him out to be much more ruthless in this film. The ship that Kara and Ruthie take to get off her homeworld takes them to a spaceport in the clouds, being quite reminiscent of Cloud City from Star Wars. It's here they seem to get into a fight, where Kara takes down a whole bar full of people while protecting Ruthie. They also meet Lobo in this same bar as well, played in this movie by Jason Momoa.
Revenge. It won't take your pain away.
Your eyes are beautiful when you cry. A lot of pain, huh? A lot of suffering.
There is no home without you, buddy.
Aren't you the ditz from that dive bar?
Funny. That's what I've been calling you.
Touche.
Supergirl is shot at with a ship's gun while flying in space. She meets the laser with her own, and being in close proximity to a yellow sun, she's undoubtedly powered up to the maximum and easily able to hold off this attack. Kara explains to Ruthie that revenge will not help null her pain, which, as I mentioned earlier, is the key reason she joined Ruthie on her quest, to dissuade her of her mission to avenge her father, or in this case, her entire family. We see a shot from the last trailer where Kara attacks some people, but this is extended here to include Lobo helping out, having way too much fun in the process, which is very on brand for the character. In a close-up of Kara, we see streaks of black running up her face, appearing to be poisoned, potentially by Krem using the same poison he used on Krypto, or as I believe this might be the case, kryptonite poisoning caused by a planet Krem sends her and Ruthie to in the comic book series, that planet being called Baratin, a planet built to weaken Superman with a green kryptonite sun. Whether or not this ends up being the case in the movie, we'll have to wait and find out. We see a shot of Krypto as a puppy, tearing apart Kara's room, potentially being on Krypton before they are sent off, or when they arrive on Earth. The trailer closes out on a conversation between Kara and Lobo, meeting each other once again, this time in the middle of a fight.
Aren't you the ditz from that dive bar?
Funny. That's what I've been calling you.
Touche.
That is it for this breakdown. If you want to see more DC breakdowns, head on over to my channel and check out my brand new video exploring the DC AMU's Son of Batman and all my other DC AMU breakdowns. If you did enjoy this video, please consider showing that by liking this video and subscribing for more content like this. Anyway, until next time, this has been Chris, and I'll be seeing ya.